All right. Good morning, everyone. We're back for Tuesday's Dear session. It's Tuesday, March 24th. This will be our first link of two today. As we know, we can only record in 15-minute increments. But just reminding you, when we last left Star, she and her brother had gone off to play basketball to blow off some steam. As we know, Garden Heights is in this war zone. People are rioting and protesting after Khalil's death. We've learned that Star had a nightmare about Natasha, so Star is still very much affected by the gun violence she's witnessed in her life. And when all said and done, kids are still going to try and be kids, and they go and Star and Seven have a basketball game. They did call out to their parents as they left, but their parents did not hear them. So as you can imagine, the parents didn't know where they were, a little panicked, and now they're dealing with the aftermath of having gone out without their parents knowing. Daddy drives off. Done lost y'all minds, he says. People rioting, damn near calling the National Guard around here, and y'all want to play ball? Why you have to embarrass us like that, Seven snaps. I'm so glad I'm in the back seat. Daddy turns towards Seven, not even looking at the road, and growls, You ain't too old. What do you think he's referring to there? You ain't too old? That's right. He may want to physically discipline him. So, basically, watch what you're saying, son, or you're going to get yourself smacked. Seven stares ahead. Steam is just about coming off of him. Daddy looks at the road again. Got some nerve talking to me like that, because some king lords were laughing at you. What, you kingin' now? Seven doesn't respond. I'm talking to you, boy. No, sir, he bites out. So why you care what they think? You want to be a man so damn bad, but men don't care what nobody thinks. He pulls into our driveway. Not even halfway up the walkway, I see Mama through the screen on the door in her nightgown, her arms folded and her bare foot tapping. Get in the house, she shouts. She paces the living room as we come in. The question isn't if she'll explode, but when. Seven and I sink onto her good sofa. Where were you all, she asks, and you better not lie. The basketball court, I mumble, staring at my J's. Mama leans down close to me and puts her hand to her ear. What was that? I didn't hear you good. Speak up, girl, Daddy says. The basketball court, I repeat louder. The basketball court. Mama straightens up and laughs. She said the basketball court. Her laughter stops and her voice gets louder with each word. I'm walking around here, worried out of my mind, and y'all at the basketball court. Somebody giggles in the hallway. Sakani, go to your room, Mama says, without looking that way. His feet thump hurriedly down the hall. I hollered and told y'all we were leaving, I say. Oh, she hollered, Daddy mocks. Did you hear anybody holler, baby? 'Cause I didn't. Mama sucks her teeth. Neither did I. She can wake us up to ask for some money, but she can't wake us up to tell she's going into a war zone. It's my fault, Seven says. I wanted to get her out of the house and do something normal. Baby, there's no such thing as normal right now, says Mama. You see what's been happening, and you all were crazy enough to go out there like that? Dumb enough is more like it, Daddy adds. I keep my eyes on my shoes. Hand over your phones, Mama says. What? I shriek. That's not fair. I hollered and told y'all. Star Amara, she says through her teeth. Since my first name is only one syllable, she has to throw my middle name in there to break it down. If you don't hand me that phone, I swear to God. I open my mouth, but she goes, say something else. I dare you. Say something else. I'll take all them Jordans too. This is something, for real. Daddy watches us, her attack dog, waiting for us to make a wrong move. That's how they work. Mama does the first round, and if it's not successful, Daddy goes for the KO, so the knockout. And you never want Daddy to go for the knockout. Seven and I hand her our phones. I thought so, she says, and passes them to Daddy. Since you all want normal so much, go get your stuff. We're going to Carlos's for the day. Again, that's the uncle. Nah, not him, Daddy motions Seven to get up. He's going to the store with me. Mama looks at me and jerks her head toward the hall. Go. I ought to make you take a shower smelling like outside. As I'm leaving, she hollers, and don't get any skimpy stuff to wear to Carlos either. Oh, she gets on my nerve. See, Chris lives down the street from Uncle Carlos. I'm glad she didn't say any more in front of Daddy, though. So Chris, her boyfriend, who Maverick doesn't know about, lives closer to Uncle Carlos. And Lisa's worried about Star wearing skimpy clothing around her boyfriend, Chris. Who knows how Uncle Carlos, or better yet, how Daddy, Maverick, would react. Bricks? Who's Bricks again? That's right, the dog. Bricks meets me at my bedroom door. He jumps up at my legs and tries to lick my face. I had about 40 shoe boxes stacked in a corner, and he knocked all of them over. I scratch behind his ear. Clumsy dog. I would take him with us, but they don't allow pits in Uncle Carlos's neighborhood. He settles on my bed and watches me pack. I only really need my swimsuit and some sandals, but Mama could decide to stay out there the whole weekend because of the riots. I pack a couple of outfits and get my school backpack. I throw each backpack over a shoulder. Come on, Bricks. He follows me to his spot in the backyard, and I hook him up to his chain. While I refill Brix's food and water bowls, Daddy crouches beside his roses and examines the petals. Again, Maverick, the big, tough guy, having lots of patience with his roses, examining the petals. The softer side. He waters them like he's supposed to, but for some reason, they're dry looking. So this could be a symbol of, although all the tender love and care and attention has been put into the roses, there's too much going on in the environment for them to thrive. Sounds like children some days. There's so much going on out in the world that no matter how hard they try, the world seems stacked against them from time to time. Come on now, he tells them. Y'all got to do better than this. Mama and Sakani wait for me in her Camry. I end up in the passenger seat. It's childish, but I don't want to sit this close to her right now. Unfortunately, it's either sit next to her or sit next to Sir Farts-a-Lot Sakani. I'm staring straight ahead, and out of the corner of my eye, I see her looking at me. She makes this sound like she's about to speak, but her words decide to come out as a sigh. Good. I don't want to talk to her either. I'm being petty as hell and don't even care. We head for the freeway, passing the Cedar Grove projects, where we used to live. We get to Magnolia Avenue, the busiest street in Garden Heights, where most of the businesses are located. Usually on Saturday morning, guys around the neighborhood have their cars on display, cruising up and down the street and racing each other. Today, the street's blocked off. A crowd marches down the middle of it. They're holding signs and posters of Khalil's face and are chanting, "Justice for Khalil." I should be out there with them, but I can't join that march knowing I'm one of the reasons they're protesting. You know, none of this is your fault, right? Mama asks. How in the world did she do that? How in the world did she read my mind is what she's thinking. I know. I mean it, baby. It's not. You did everything right. But sometimes right's not good enough, huh? She takes my hand, and despite my annoyance, I let her. It's the closest thing I get to an answer for a while. Saturday morning traffic on the freeway moves smoothly compared to weekday traffic. Sakani puts the headphones on and plays with his tablet. Some 90s R&B songs play on the radio, and Mama sings along under her breath. When she really gets into it, she attempts all kinds of runs and goes, "Yes, girl, yes." Out of nowhere, she says, "You weren't breathing when you were born." My first time hearing that. For real? Uh-huh. I was 18 when I had you, still a baby myself, but I thought I was grown. Wouldn't admit to anybody that I was scared to death. Your Nana thought there was no way in hell I could be a good parent, not Wild Lisa. I was determined to prove her wrong. I stopped drinking and smoking, went to all of my appointments, ate right, took my vitamins, the whole nine. Shoot, I even played Mozart on some headphones and put them on my belly. We see what good that was. You didn't finish a month of piano lessons. I laugh. Sorry. It's okay. Like I was saying, I did everything right. I remember being in that delivery room, and when they pulled you out, I waited for you to cry. But you didn't. Everybody ran around, and your father and I kept asking what was wrong. Finally, the nurse said you weren't breathing. I freaked out. Your daddy couldn't calm me down. He was barely calm himself. After the longest minute of my life, you cried. I think I cried harder than you, though. I knew I did something wrong, but one of the nurses took my hand. Mama grabs my hand again. She looked me in the eye and said, "Sometimes you can do everything right and things will still go wrong. The key is to never stop doing right." She holds my hand the rest of the drive. And let's look at that again. So Mama grabs her hand, looks in the eye, and says, "Sometimes you can do everything right and things will still go wrong. The key is to never stop doing right." In other words, sometimes life's going to throw you a curveball. No matter how good you are and how hard you try, things may still go wrong. But the key is never give up. Have faith and resilience that you're still going to do the right thing. We're going to pause there for now. I'll queue up for the next session, and we'll see you for round 2 of Dear in a couple minutes.